Boo-too. Funny story. I was on the verge of at least creating part 1, from what I know, part 1 of Fear the Walking Dead season 2, episode 12, titled Pillar of Salt. And at least 1 minute and something second into the video, my boyfriend disturbed the video by calling me, because remember guys, I am officially using my phone as a recording device. Well, I can't really call it my phone anymore because it doesn't work as a phone anymore. I can't call. No more data. So it's like a mini tablet now. Now that I think about it. But anyway, I will attempt to at least do part 1 again. Hopefully my boyfriend will not call me again and disturb this video. If he did, then you most likely will never see this video. But let's see. Let's start off. We're starting off with that guy Francisco from Colonia, right? And he's all trying to sneak out of Colonia with his wife Anna and their young daughter Laura. And Laura's all wondering why they're leaving Colonia, and you know, the mom's like, it's no longer safe in Colonia. Makes me wonder why they think that. And you see that? That's my. Come here, Odie. Come here, baby. You wanna be in my video? You wanna be in my video, baby? You wanna be in my video? Okay, you wanna be in my video? You wanna be a YouTube star? You wanna be a YouTube star like all the other doggies out there? Okay, go get your toy. Go. You see him, right? You see this. I love the fact that he's literally right behind me. But anyway, it makes me wonder why they think Colonia is no longer safe. Did they overhear a conversation between Nick and Alejandro and Luciana or something like that? But it makes me wonder why they all of a sudden decided it's not safe in Colonia. You know what I mean? Why they did not stick to Alejandro the Immune. You know what I mean? The Immune. But anyway, a guy named Marco, because like the first 15 minutes of this episode I didn't get to see. I missed it because I was out eating dinner, but I managed to catch like the majority of the show. But I did miss like the first 15 minutes, and apparently, you know, that part with Francisco and his wife Anna and their daughter Laura, and apparently Marco spots Francisco's family on the Tijuana Road, which is something I also missed. And you know, Francisco's trying to hide, but yeah, right. So Marco recognizes them from Colonia, and he's like, he demands more oxycodone. You know what I mean? I missed all that from what I believe, and I got all this information from other people that watched the show. And what I did manage to catch though was Ophelia. We finally see where the heck Ophelia went, and it turns out that Strand was kind of half half right. Remember when Strand and what was her name? Madison. Remember when Strand and Madison managed to get out of that little mini herd in the bar by like covering themselves in blood and all that stuff, and they managed to get outside, but they saw that the truck was gone, Strand's truck. Hang on. My bad. I'm kind of watching one of my favorite shows right now, and so I'm semi-distracted. But anyway, we finally get to see what the heck happened to Ophelia, because like I said, when Strand and Madison went out to look for the truck, because remember, Madison heard Alicia calling out for her from outside, so they go out there to see if she's out there, and they notice that Strand's truck is gone. And Strand, he made like that little comment, he's like, maybe that voice was Alicia, yes, but maybe she and Ophelia like saw all the infected and just took off in the truck, right? Which is half true. Alicia did not go with Ophelia and took off with the truck. Ophelia took the truck and left herself. By herself, right? So apparently Ophelia drives to this restaurant a ways away from the hotel, and inside she manages to kill an infected with a hammer. And for some oddball reason, you know, she's looking out in the patio of this restaurant and she starts reminiscing and stuff like that. All of a sudden we get a flashback, which I think is pretty cool that we're getting a little more background on Ophelia. I mean, we got a decent amount of flashbacks when it came to Nick and family, you know, Nick, Madison, Alicia, their whole family situation. We got some with Strand. I don't know if we got any flashbacks with Travis and Chris, as far as I'm concerned, but we got freaking... Oh my god, I forgot his name already, but we did get a flashback with Ophelia's father. I already forgot his name. How horrible am I? But the fact that we get more background on Ophelia is pretty cool, because, you know, in this flashback when she's reminiscing on that patio... Hang on. Sorry, this episode got really interesting. But anyway, in this flashback, apparently Ophelia actually had a boyfriend named William, and she's all dining with him on this oceanside restaurant. Hence why she's all reminiscing at this patio of the restaurant that she's at. But anyway, apparently this guy William, he actually proposed to Ophelia and asked her to move to Santa Fe with him because he has a new job offer there and stuff like that. And apparently Ophelia's like kind of hesitant about that because she doesn't want to leave her parents who are in LA. So she's like, let me speak to my mom first before I agree to any of this. And back in the present time, you see Ophelia studying a map while at the same time siphoning gas from a car. So obviously she's looking at this map because she's trying to find the best path to go somewhere. And obviously she's getting all this gas so she can, you know, drive off somewhere, right? So apparently Ophelia not only had a boyfriend, this guy is a potential fiance, because he did propose to her. So, in my honest opinion, when I saw that, and judging by the fact that Ophelia was with her family, I have a feeling it did not go very well with William, because in the beginning of this whole apocalypse when we first met Ophelia, she's with her parents, right? And judging by this flashback, she didn't agree to the proposal and the move until she spoke to her mother first. And the fact that in the beginning, when we first meet Ophelia, she's with her parents, I'm only guessing the whole thing with William did not go out very well for him. But anyway, back at the hotel, it's apparently been like 10 days or something like that since the arrival of Madison's group. And, you know, they're all united with the wedding guests, and, you know, the survivors are working together to secure the hotel and build a refuge. You see them, like, you see them on the beach, you see them all around the hotel, like, making stuff in order to fortify the hotel and everything. Get better supplies and all that stuff. And, they managed to fortify the front gate. They managed to make a new garden for themselves. They are fishing off the pier, which is pretty smart. I mean, they have that whole entire pier right there at the hotel, so it's a pretty good place to go fishing. I would know, because my mom's boyfriend, he fishes, and when he first took me fishing, we fished off a pier, kind of similar to the one there in the show. And also they have they powered up the generator, which helps them make ice and, you know, light and all that stuff, which is pretty dang cool if you ask me. And there's this cute moment with Alicia because she's taking surfing lessons from Hector, and to the point where Hector actually asks if Alicia had any other family, and she mentions her brother Nick. And Hector actually reveals that he also has a brother who, in his words, is lost to him. And Alicia thinks that, you know, he's become infected. But he's like, no, he's not infected. He's very much alive. They had a falling out because he decided to join a Tijuana gang. And the moment I heard that, it made me think, like, is it the same gang that Nick is having trouble with while he's with Colonia? Because remember, Colonia is dealing with a Tijuana gang over there too. So is that gang that Colonia has that little problem with the same gang that Hector's brother is a part of? And they will just connect everything, and it brings Nick even closer to home. But anyway, speaking of Colonia, this one guy, I think his name is Ronaldo or something like that, he stops by Nick's trailer to inform Luciana, who's there with Nick, that, you know, Francisco and his family snuck out of Colonia, right? And, Ronaldo also says that he refuses to make any other oxy trades without Francisco, right? Because apparently Ronaldo and Francisco, they were partners, and they were the ones doing the oxy trade together. And since Francisco's gone, he refuses to do it without him, right? So I kind of don't blame him on that. But I don't understand why, you know, Ronaldo has to do it. Why can't someone else from Colonia just volunteer? And, you know, I'll do the trade. since you don't want to do it without Francisco. Which pretty much what Nick does. He's like, he volunteers himself and Luciana to take the place of Ronaldo and Francisco in the Oxy trade, right? Because apparently they need the water, right? And the little gang has the water. So, yeah, that happened, and Nick and Luciana also informed Alejandro that Francisco left Colonia. And Alejandro, obviously he's upset, right? Because it's one of their own. But what Alejandro says kind of worries me, because when he hears about it, Alejandro's like, no thank you, no goodbye. I understand the no goodbye part. I understand if he's, kind of butthurt of the fact that you leave without saying goodbye. I mean, we took you in, we took care of you. And plus, Alejandro's the leader, so he's like, come on, you don't even say goodbye when you leave? But what bothered me was the fact that he said no thank you. It's like he expected a thank you. I understand if, they found him, they found the guy, and he's like, they took care of him and all that stuff. But the way he said it, I don't know, kind of gives me that governor-esque feel with Alejandro. I don't know what it is, but the way he said no thank you, no goodbye, I understand the whole no thank you, no goodbye, especially if Alejandro and Colonia found Francisco and took him and his family in and took care of him and saved them. But the way he said it gives me a governor-esque feel. You remember the governor from the predecessor Walking Dead? Kind of reminded me of that, slightly. And the fact that he says it so bitterly, too, makes it kind of wary of Alejandro a bit. But at the same time, he's all asking Luciana to speak with the scouts, boost some morale. Because, losing one of their own, especially like a family, would kind of lower down morale when it comes to Colonia. It's like, we lost some of our own. They left without anything and stuff like that. So I kind of can't blame them on that. But, Alejandro's becoming quite the dictator right now. He's kind of semi-turning in. The whole attitude is slightly teetering quite close to the Walking Dead's predecessor, the governor. But anyway, back with the hotel, in Elena's room, Madison, Strand, Elena, and Alicia, they're like deciding to run the generator just for a few hours a week, just enough to make ice and boil water. Which is pretty good plan, they got a system, which I like, but like, there's a knocking on the door, and Strand's all like, fine, I'll answer the door, but this is the part where I actually feel seriously sorry for Strand, because he just opens the door, does a nice thing and open the door, and Eileen is there. Remember Eileen, the bride's mother? She was already unstable from the beginning, and the fact that she was the one knocking on the door, she's the one on the other side of that door, kind of freaks me out, because she's already unstable. We all knew this the moment we first saw her. But she took it to a whole new level, because when Strand opened the door and she's right there on the other side, she straight up stabs poor Strand right there in the gut. Pretty much the gut. And she's all like mumbling, "You took my daughter from me." And then she runs away, and it's like, first off, Strand did not take your daughter away from you. Your dead, infected husband did. But anyway, poor Strand has to... Oh my god, I feel so sorry for Strand. He did nothing wrong. He was just doing a nice thing by entering the door. He didn't even do anything intentionally to Eileen at all. He doesn't even know Eileen, and she straight up stabs him. Gosh, poor guy. But anyway, Madison's all tending to Strand's wound in the bed, and Oscar brings over someone named Andreas, who is a medical school student before the whole infection thing happened. And Andreas, he's all examining the wound and says he's gonna need a suture kit, antibiotics. If I remember correctly, erythropoietin or something. I can't remember the word. It's erythropoietin. I can't pronounce it, but it's a medical thing. And Elena suggests that she knows a place where they could get all that medical supply, right? And it makes me question, where on earth do you know of a place like that, right? But anyway, Madison tells Oscar that Eileen must remain locked up indefinitely, right? Because it's like, she's not stable. She just straight up went to Elena's room, most likely to try to kill Elena because, hello, she went to Elena's room. So obviously she was planning to kill Elena, right? But anyway, I am running out of time. I'll see you in a part 2 video. And I'll see you guys soon in part 2. Bye.